and what the problem is?
I don't really know. He had a back spasm. Why it went into spasm, I don't know yet. So it's pretty hard. That's all I know. I'm not sure if we've got any hip. So a knock on the hip caused his back to go into spasm. I assume that's what's happened. And went back out to try and see if he could run, and it seized up again pretty quickly.
How significant did you think Cox's loss was in the game?
Oh, it's hard to pick how the game's going to unfold, but he's obviously a key part of the way we play.
And the game just in total, how do you feel after all that?
Yeah, it felt like we were just a little bit short of the class of Collingwood, not the effort, but the class. I think we matched them for intensity and effort, but they showed the way with clean ball handling, clean ball use, and we just made some errors that at times it may have got us more inside 50s and more scoring opportunities and didn't quite capitalise.
You looked gone at three-quarter time. Were you proud of that effort to get back into it?
Oh, absolutely. I thought the boys challenged themselves to play throughout the 4 quarters. And there wasn't a big margin on the scoreboard. It was always going to be hard to peg it right back, but to get it to 8 points and have the game alive with a few minutes to go was pretty exciting.
Did you feel like you could pinch it at that stage?
Absolutely, we did, yeah.
Is it a game that you think you can take as much sort of belief out as you can disappointment?
Yeah, learn from it. Yep, so I've already asked the players to weigh up what they learnt from that game, and they've had some great points about that. We'll use that to make sure that we know the areas that we want to work on to make us better.
Is there anything you can share with us about something else to come up with? Or?
No, not really. No, I'll keep that in-house. But it was fairly obvious. You're right about it. You know the areas that we probably cost ourselves, but there's a lot of room for improvement for us.
Some of the kicking into attack, one of those things you're talking about?
Yeah, I didn't think we gave our forwards a great opportunity. There was some, and even a couple of times we could have got it in quick, and we elected to try and handball and turned it over.
What did you put that down to, John? The sloppiness by foot at times, was it more down to them than you?
Well, it's a bit of both. It was a pretty intense game, a lot of pressure, and we didn't cope with the pressure as well as we believe we can. I think the players will learn from that. So, Luke Shuey got caught a couple of times. In other games, he's probably got himself out into space. Today, the space got closed down by a pretty brilliant team. They read that and caught him from behind. So he'll learn from that about what finals footy against the best teams is all about.
Nat Nui's first final, and for him to play like that in the first half, how significant was he early?
Well, he's in good form for us. He's a key player. Plenty of upside still with Nick in his footy, so he's coming along at a great rate.
Was that hard for him then in the second half without Cox to come in there?
Well, he had to step his work rate up, but I thought he did really well.
The way he got beaten around stoppages doesn't happen to you often. How significant was Kerr not being out there today?
Kerr not being out there was not significant because we knew he wasn't going to be out there. It was more a good lesson, for Shuey, Marston, Scott Selwood, against those older, tougher bodies and class. It's Pendlebury and Swan, as we know, and 2 of the best midfielders in the competition. So, big learning curve for those guys, but they've been learning all year and really handling it well. Really proud of the way they've been going about it.
Can you explain the decision, how that was made with Kerr and when that was made?
That was made probably yesterday morning after training here. He had to test his back out a bit on Wednesday, and he got through that. Pretty good test, but he was a little bit sorer yesterday than he was on Wednesday, and we had to put him through a pretty rigorous test again yesterday morning, and he stiffened up after the training. So it was probably lunchtime yesterday.
And the fact that you had a double chance, did that weigh on that? Did you?
No, he wasn't right to play today, so that was why the decision was made.
How's he looking now for next week?
Should be, he got so close this week. We don't think that the soreness he got out of these fitness tests are going to carry over at all. So he'll be better prepared next week.
And Cox not too sure at all at the moment?
No, I couldn't answer that at all at the moment.
And what was Glass's problem? He seemed to be pretty sore.
Not sure. He played out the game, I think. So.
John, how did you rate the effort of your tall defenders on Cloak in particular, and also Dawes?
Glass I thought had an outstanding game holding up for us, and Mackenzie defended extremely well. Really pleased with the way they both went about their day.
John, you mentioned the steep learning curve that so many young players are on. Is it expecting too much to think we'll see results within a week?
No, I don't think so. I think we play, I think, Carlton or Essendon next week. Teams have seen us match up against them earlier this year. You guys have, so you can make a decision where you think the Eagles will be at next week.
What's your gut feel on Kerr for next week and whether he'll be available?
I would expect he'll be available. He was that close this week. So really confident that he'll get a good week's training in. It was probably going to rush him back a bit this week anyway. If he had got through his fitness test, he hadn't had much training on the track. So he'll have now this week plus next week as a good build-up.
Knowing you've got the sub there and it's a cutthroat game, is it a case where you just play him and if he's not right, you can sub him out?
No, we wouldn't really want to do that. No, we want to play him and know he's right.
Will you stay here personally tomorrow to watch Carlton?
Yeah, I'll stay here.
Any preference?
No. Good game, that's what I'd like to see.
Plenty of injuries.
No, don't like that, no.
In 2006 you got through this way after losing your qualifying final. Can you take some heart from that or use that as a motivator at all?
No.
It shows it can be done though.
Thank you.